in terms of legacies being built and created, of course you're going to look at Suning as they make a Worlds final, but two names in particular definitely stand out. Ones that we've spoken about at length on this program, Tyler, is Huanfeng and SofM, and they are definitely leveling up in their careers, in visibility, in just overall play, and people speaking about them and a spotlight being shined on both of them. So why don't we just talk about them both and the legacies that they're building through the play that they're able to exhibit at Worlds this year?
I mean, for Huanfeng, it's kind of simple. Again, just a marvelous story. As someone who grew up in poverty and grew up in a broken home, it really is just like really. It's admiring of what Huanfeng's doing. As someone who grew up without parents, and someone who grew up with not a lot of money in his household growing up, seeing his drive to be this good in this kind of area, it makes me want to be a better writer, Arda. It makes me want to be a better, commentator and personality. It makes me want to wake up every day and just do better and do more, because Huanfeng is writing his own tale, and he's doing it on the biggest stage possible. And for him, I think obviously his story is amazing, but I think that story gets him up to a point. It gets him to the final. I think now it's his own story. It's not about the past anymore. It's about the present and future. And regardless of where he came from, if it was, silver spoon in a palace, or if he came from a broken home like me and him, it doesn't matter anymore. It's him trying to create his own legacy as one of the best 80 carries in the world, and to become the next generation of superstar. If Uzi retired and now he's being Jackie Love, it opens the door for him to win a world title, tie Jackie Love, and say, I was under you last year, Jackie Love. I watched you. I learned from you, and I'm going to become better than you. So for Huanfeng, an amazing backstory, but now it's all about the present and future. And if he can get that W over Damwon, his stock rises so much, and he becomes one of the faces of the LPL for the foreseeable future. And for SOM, man, what a story. Vietnam is a fanatical fan base. I've been to Vietnam. I love the people. I love the fans. I love the passion they bring with every event they have. They had over 500,000 people in the Vietnamese stream today, Arda, on YouTube. 500,000 plus watching SOFM play in the semifinals, because those Vietnamese teams were not able to come to Worlds 2020. One of the fastest growing region in the world infrastructure of the League of Legends is Vietnam. They were not able to send two of their teams. They were able to send one player on an LPL team, SOFM, the lone star of Vietnam. And you know what he did, Arda? He made it to the final. One player, one final. He is carrying a nation on his back. And he is not just doing it as a role player. He is doing it as the ace of the team. And in a meta where jugglers have to come up big or go home, he is staying right here, and he's going to Pudong Stadium on October 31st to take home the Summoners Cup. That just the entire team is littered with these stories, these amazing stories of just coming up big when you need to. And they are the underdogs. They are the Mighty Ducks. They are, whatever anime, team you want to bring them up as. They are the underdog team. And the thing about them is that they're going to go into the final, and I truly believe they will go in with no fear. They might lose. They might get 3-0 for all we know, but I think they're going to be flexible. They're going to take chances. They're going to experiment, and they're going to go big. They'll bring out the River Shen. They'll bring out new picks. They'll bring out strange things, and they will do everything in their arsenal to take down the Goliath and Damwon. They have their slingshot ready. They have their weapons prepared, and Damwon's going to have to play their best if they want to take home the Summoners Cup.
Incredible stories indeed. And of course, highlights don't hurt when you are talking about players and putting them on a pedestal or shining a spotlight on them. And that's exactly what Huanfeng had in the quarterfinals. This is one that you'll be talking about for years to come. And even the casters, as it happened, said, I have never, ever seen anything like this.
Amazing.
Take us through this moment, Tyler, and just its significance and how on earth it could have even happened. The Jin ult in the base, turret still up. Huanfeng pulls off a beauty.
It's hard, Art. I don't want to be that nerd. But to echo the words of Ashley Kong on Twitter, how much more anime could this tournament be? This is the most anime setup of all time, where you have the young hero popping in the enemy base, free firing under in the most awkward, random, surprising place you could be as an immobile Jin, putting on a virtuoso performance at the world stage. Huanfeng, this is your time. This is your moment. Ghost versus Huanfeng, man. I did not think this would be our World Finals bottom lane matchup, and both players are playing at their peak of their powers. Both players, it's going to be the final has so many good storylines, artists. So many good storylines.
And there's the, you can see the highlight right now, right in the base. The turrets are still up, pulls off the ult, and one of what will live on to be one of the great highlights in World's history, and put on by somebody who you may not have expected to pull off a highlight like that. Someone who's continuously building his name.